The foundation is in Parliament handing over a petition. They're calling for government to take a strong stance, action against gender-based violence and femicide in the country. Let's get the very latest. Vanessa Poonah is joining us live from Cape Town. Vanessa, what are you witnessing there?
Blaine, yes, good morning to you. And what you'll see at the moment is the group under the banner of the Uyinene Mrwetyana Foundation that started a gathering at the Clearinge post office this morning. They've since made their way here and just arrived outside Parliament. Also, what you'll see fluttering in the wind here behind me at the moment, Blaine, are some of the postcards that they have collected over this past month. The Post Office to Parliament campaign, of course, calling on people, whether they are victims of gender-based violence, whether they are just speaking out against the scourge that is rocking our nation. Of course, early on speaking to the foundation MD, saying that to date they have received some 8,000 postcards. And also just to my right over here, there's a table that has been set up, and in those sort of perspex holders there are quite a number of those postcards that reflect the sentiments from people on the ground, ordinary people, activists, etc., calling for more to be done in terms of gender-based violence. Blaine, I can tell you that the parents of Uyinene, as well as family members and relatives, have joined the program here today. They have not wanted to speak to the media themselves, but rather through the foundation. Just to give you a little bit of recap, Blaine, of course, the 24th of August 2019 will forever be etched into the minds of South Africans. That, of course, the day when a young 19-year-old UCT student went to a post office to collect a parcel, only to be met with her rape and murder. And this, of course, 2 years on, commemorating her gruesome death, but also as a reminder that the scourge of gender-based violence, rape and murder of women is still taking place at alarming levels here in South Africa. And the foundation earlier on saying that their program, their Post Office to Parliament program today, Blaine, is aimed at exactly that, not just to make sure that the memory of Uyinene Mrwetyana is kept alive, but also to highlight the fact that unlike in her case, for example, where very shortly after her murder a confession was made by the man, the 42-year-old post office worker Uyinene Mrwetyana, who confessed to having raped and killed the young lady at the post office, then transporting her body, dumping it and setting it alight on a field in Khayelitsha. Unlike in her case, where justice came swiftly with those 3 life sentences meted out to him, too many women in South Africa still do not have that kind of recourse. And so today, of course, the foundation with their petition will be calling on government for stricter laws. They're calling on no bail at all for perpetrators of gender-based violence, and they're really calling for a societal approach involving each and every person in South Africa to tackle the scourge of gender-based violence at a time when we as a country commemorate Women's Month.
Yeah, just talk to us more about the strong action that is being called for and some of the proposals that are put out there. If I remember correctly, when President Cyril Ramaphosa was addressing the joint sitting of Parliament back in 2019, I'm sure you'll remember that as well, Vanessa, he said that women and children in this country are under siege. What sort of progress has been made since that speech, and the strong action that is being called now from the people behind you?
Indeed, Blaine. One of the issues was, of course, placing the names of sexual offenders on a national register. People behind me, the activists, saying that still not enough is being done. They're talking about the lived experiences on the ground of women. For example, I've read some of the postcards here behind me, some of them calling for more women to be in police stations, as an example, to deal with issues of gender-based violence. I'll step out of shot so that you can just see, of course, what's taking place behind me, and they're calling on a strong action to be taken at all levels of not just government but society itself. At the moment, I can tell you that the group is moving closer towards the front of Parliament here, and we expect that the petition and memorandum will be handed over shortly.
All right, Vanessa Poonah, live for us in Cape Town. We thank you very much indeed.